Adept, when summer ended, my sister and I got into a really big fight, which I can't remember what the reason was, but ever since then our relationship has never been the same. Since that time period, there were days, even weeks, where we would go without talking to each other. Right now we are on very good terms, but I'm scared something like this might happen again in the future at the wrong time, and we will never be able to rebuild our relationship again. Have you ever written this in here before? Because I feel like you have. But to give you my 2 cents on the topic, I think when it comes to relationships, even if it is just with your sister, that's still a relationship, okay? Not incestual, it's just, hear me out, okay? Friendships, relationships, whatever. I think that when you go into them thinking that they're not going to work out, thinking so deeply about how they're going to fail again and why they're going to fail again, it becomes like a self-fulfilling, prophecy, and it will fail because all you're thinking about is how to make sure it doesn't fail instead of just, I don't know, enjoying it and nurturing it. Those are things that need to be nurtured, not like obsessed in the worst way and try and fix every little crack and whatever. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I don't think that you should be looking at your relationship with your sister and going, oh, this is a delicate little creature. I'm going to fuck it up. I'm going to mess it up. It's going to be destroyed. She's going to hate me, because you're going to end up doing something that is going to make her hate you just by being so insecure with a relationship. Nobody in any kind of relationship, friendship, anything likes feeling like the other person is overly insecure about it. Hey, Adept, seeing you out with XQC yesterday was awesome. Everyone deserves a friend like you. Glad you guys are happy. Well, thank you for the comment. That's normal. Everyone in my family hates everyone. Pretty true. Pretty true. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay. Hey, I'm 15 and in high school and currently have no passion to do anything for a job or like a major for college. I barely want to go to college, but at the same time, I don't enjoy anything. I have 2 years till I graduate and have been getting pressured constantly to find something, but yet I only love and have a true passion for playing video games and streaming, which is fun, but I get no growth. I don't do it for growth, but at the same time, it scares me on how much I've been spending time into playing games, which is something I love, of course. Any advice? At the second I read that, the only thing I can think about is that video that we watched the other day of, do all pro gamers think the same? And the girl goes, yeah, it's so weird how you have to like start making money before people think it's a career. I think that is like the purest definition of a career, is that you're making a living from it. So I don't know, like, why I bring this up is because you're sitting there and you're saying, I don't stream for growth. Okay, but if you have absolutely no viewers, you can't even get subscribers because you're not even an affiliate, and you only want to do this with your life and you have no passion for anything else, then I think maybe it's time to start streaming for growth and start doing things for growth. Now, I'm not saying don't go out and make fake friendships with everyone just to leech off of them and get viewers that way, because that's not the only way that there is to get growth on Twitch, okay? I'm only mentioning that because I feel like that also comes up a lot. But what I'm saying is, I don't understand how you could sit there, be in college or whatever. Oh, in high school, sorry. You're in high school saying you don't want to go to college, saying you don't want to work, saying you don't want to do anything in the world except streaming, which you already do, and you don't want to experience growth in. I think you need to go and experience growth. I think you need to go and figure out how do Twitch streamers grow their channels. And don't just go, oh, because they have boobies. Oh, because they rage at their game. Oh, because there's a lot of science behind it, okay? And you're gonna have to figure it out. Also, let's see here. Any advice? Yes, that's my advice. Figure out the best time for you to go live. Figure out which games you should be streaming. Figure out what kind of audience you want to cater to, and move on from there. Hi Adept, about 3 weeks I broke up with my girlfriend. I had a wonderful connection with her and everything was great until she pushed me away because of a 7-year relationship she had with her first ex. She told me that I was a great guy and all, but she told that she wasn't the right girl for me, that I can get someone better than her, but my decision was being with her. At last, my pride doesn't want to talk to her again due to certain situations, but I want to befriend her again. Should I go or let it fly by? P.S. You have beautiful hair. Thank you. I think if a girl's sitting there telling you that she's breaking up with you because you can do better than her, then you absolutely can do better than her. And you probably should. Because I would never be so stupid to tell the man, listen, if I'm sitting there and I think somebody is too good for me, I'm not gonna tell them. It's gonna be my secret. I'm gonna be like, I got him. He doesn't know he's trapped. Look at this. I got him, you know? Like, I'm sorry, but this is not the one for you. She's not that into you if she's willing to let you go. Because she thinks that you can do better. Okay? Let her go on then. Goodbye. Let it fly by. I think that your pride is right on this one. Don't talk to her again. And why on earth would you ever want to be friends with an ex? I never understand why you guys say this. And I'm going to get mad every time you guys say it. Stop being friends with your exes. There's always one member in the friendship that still romantically is into the other, whether they will admit it or not. It always is, okay? Every single time. It's just facts. Don't try to argue it with me. You might go, but I'm friends with my ex and I don't love them. Well, they love you and they are just not willing to say it because they're trying not to lose the friendship because they're so desperate they just need you in their life, all right? Next. Hey Adept, do you have any general advice in learning a new language? Specifically, español. Yo necesito practicar mi español con los gentes. No. As you can see, my Spanish is terrible. When I was in French in high school, I would watch movies in French. I would write and read in French. But at some point, if you're not around other speakers and constantly forcing yourself...
Dr. K, is that you poggers?
No. This is better. Thank you for the prime for 2 months. If you are sitting there not speaking to other people that speak the language, it is much harder to retain the language and practice the language and hear how it should really be spoken. So maybe try, I know that Duolingo has been working for me, even though I don't get to talk to people through that. But there is like a feature, if you're old enough, there is a feature that has like social local meetups to speak in your language or whatever. But I feel like Spanish is a great language to try and find other speakers because I think a lot of people, especially if you're in America, speak Spanish. I mean, maybe that's just my experience because I grew up in California and now I'm in Texas and these both border Mexico. But try and find somebody, maybe somebody's grandma, maybe somebody's cousin, and go over and hang out and speak to them. Or do a study abroad program. I'm about to be 22. I have an ex that I was very serious with for 2 years. 5 months after I broke things off, he reached back out to me, became friends with me, and did a whole 180 and confessed that he still loved me and constantly begged me to give him a second chance. But I don't love him back anymore. Him returning to my life and confessing to me, not leaving me alone, made me scared to get into a relationship with this really nice guy. So my ex just basically set me back on my great progress I had after ending our unhealthy relationship. Have you ever had to deal with the situation where an ex would not let you go? If so, how do you cope with it? Or if not, what advice would you give if you have anything to say about it? My advice to you would be to block your ex on everything. You don't love him. He's already clearly stating that he's in love with you and wants to reconnect with you. Block him. Don't think about him. Don't talk to him. Don't reach out. Don't talk to his mom. Don't talk to his sister. Nobody. Done. Cut it out. Like a bad mole. Get rid of it. I think that you should recognize what your progress was. What were the good things that made you feel happy with yourself? And act on those. Are you making opposite choices in comparisons to the one that made you feel like you had good progress? Are you devaluing yourself because of what happened? Compare, or I guess write down qualities that you want to have that you think are progressive in the right direction, and just work towards being what you would want in a relationship. I think one of the greatest things you can do while single is imagine the kind of partner you want to be in a relationship. You want to, I'm just going to create a list, okay? You want to be somebody who is emotionally stable. You want to be somebody who is confident in yourself and in your abilities. You want to be somebody who can give your partner space and live their own life and want you because they want you, not because you're convenient or you're there. You don't want to be a partner that nags the other person. You don't want to be a partner that, I don't know, there's a lot. So find a list and create a list that you think is what you would want to be in a relationship and try working towards that. Get your mind off of your ex and just block him and get rid of him. Hi Adept, my boyfriend and I met online 10 years ago and decided to meet in person 3 years ago when we decided to be together. We were flying, driving back and forth to be with each other once a month, every other month, and spending a lot of time together. Early on, we talked about spending our lives together, and the plan was that I would move in with him within the next year. The problem is that lately I've been noticing he hasn't been trying to see me as often. He's been playing games with his friends a lot, and it feels like he hasn't been making any time for me in a long-distance relationship. I've talked to him about this. He just says that he doesn't want to argue, and that if I want to talk to him, then I should just say something. I guess I'm just looking for some advice. Am I asking for too much, or is there another way to go about this without ending the relationship over this? I always kind of answer the questions as they come up in my head. Don't be too scared to end a relationship. Don't be too scared to walk away and let this person know what they're missing, to experience life without you. It doesn't mean that you guys are over now. That's not the only option that you have to get that point across. All I'm saying is, should that option feel like your only option, don't be afraid to go that route, okay? But I also strongly believe in basically giving it your all before cutting it off. So I guess in the meantime, for giving it your all, should you decide to do that, try his approach first. Try his approach of, if I want to talk to you, just talk to me, right? Message him, see if he responds, see how often, see how interested he is in the conversation. If he seems distant or this or that, find better timing. Kind of cater to what it is that he's saying, because sometimes, especially when it comes to listening to men, they're just like, you always have to go kind of that extra mile to figure out what the issue really is, to find the way to navigate through. Okay? I don't know if he's lost interest. I think you're only going to be able to decide that for yourself. Maybe plan a visit soon so that you can go hang out in real life, because being long distance becomes very hard, because all you do is wait for the message back, wait for the call back, want to talk, want to have sex, and you can't. It becomes a lot of just waiting and wanting and imagining, criticizing, obsessing. You know, it becomes like a lot. Okay, and I don't know if you're feeling all of that, but do your best to try and plan out a trip soon and see how that trip goes. See how he's treating you. See if he's interested when you speak to him. But still give him his time, because I'm assuming at his place you probably don't have anything of your own. Keep yourself busy when he's busy. Go do things that are satisfying to you, that please you, that make you happy. And then even when you feel like his time is winding down, whatever, you know, give him even more space. Be a little bit of unavailable, and then come in, you know, when he's, I don't know, missing you or wanting to speak to you, or, like I said, find the balance. I hope that I'm giving you some inspiration. I hope that you're catching on to what I'm saying. I hope that at least at the very end is that I'm reassuring your feelings. And by that I just mean like it's a struggle, but every relationship's a struggle. Every relationship is going to come with its own things. You just want one that is worth fighting for. You want one that is worth going through the motions for. So I hope that this is that one for you. But like I said, long distance relationships are very hard, and you might just be overthinking a lot of things all at once.